Also, there is the hero that they love to play. They played Nature's Prophet position 5, which was very successful. Cuckoo kind of plays that aggressive, greedy position 5. Always has a lot of items. They tend to run at you. This feels like the new TNC for me. It feels like
MVP?
yeah, the MVP exactly. You just know there it is, the Nature's
Oh
Prophet.
yeah,
Cuckoo
baby.
probably. Slardar just feels so good right now. No damage amplification. Just let me finish, Dakota. It feels like a better version of a Sanking to me. You go.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
10 seconds
Wisp?
remaining.
Do you think he's going to get picked here? Not banned for once against Team Liquid. He already got a
5
Tiny as
seconds
well. I know
remaining.
Tiny Wisp used to be the old peanut butter and jelly. But can Liquid help themselves to pass over it here?
Should be all right, especially against the Nature's Prophet. I mean, position 5 Nature's Prophet doesn't have that much damage, the split push, but with Relocate, you can always heal him up. Also, Slardar is one of the better heroes against the Tiny overall. He lowers his armor, which is pretty low anyways, and then the hero just falls. They just need the right clickers.
The right clickers.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear where you're coming from right there. Let's see what direction, though, Liquid are thinking here. Of course, this comes after banning out a lot of those sly little potential 4-position Tusk Nyx go out of the way. TNC focusing a lot of the green heroes that Liquid always like to go for, getting rid of the Venomancer. And for once, we'll see Terrorblade taken off the table. I feel like we've seen Terrorblade like every single game today.
And there it is.
Well, would you look at that? A GH Wisp. I haven't seen this guy play Wisp in a real long time. I'm excited to see what he can do with the new changes.
Yeah, so the new Wisp doesn't need boots. That's the thing. Like I mean, even before they didn't prioritize boots
10
as
seconds remaining.
first item. You wanted to have that bottle, earn magic wand, but now it
5
just doesn't feel like you
seconds
need it
remaining.
at all.
Yeah.
So you can spend the 500 gold on something else.
I'd heard, though, that there is some sort of movement cap, though, that is put in play. I know we were all getting giggly over the ideas like, oh, if a Spirit Breaker's charging across the map, certainly that would mean that he could tether to the Spirit Breaker and just start flying across the map with him. But I think someone had brought up that there is a movement cap on how the tether does work.
Yeah, we say that we are not sure because we didn't have time to test all of that stuff. I still didn't play a game for 5 days.
I know.
I'm
It's like-
getting depressed.
I like when the patch comes out, like I know I was. I'm like laying in bed and I'm like, oh, a patch. And I'm like looking at it on my phone. I'm like, well, certainly tomorrow morning when I wake up and debut the stream, I'll know everything. So we're learning as we go here. And if we're laughing about that, I'm sure the players are just laughing about it as well, having to learn as they go. That's when I got to sat down with some of the players and had the opportunity to ask
5 seconds
if
remaining.
they preferred the new patch
Team
system
Liquid's
of
turn
every
to
2
bat.
weeks, patches coming out, whether it be even in the middle of tournament or not, or would they rather go back to the old way of just waiting a long time and getting one monster patch. Most of them said they like the new system. They like the change-up. They like that it forces teams to think
Yeah.
on their toes. Some of them did say that they wish that the timing was a
10
bit better and that they put some
remaining.
thought into how the patches could potentially be released in the middle of
5
their
seconds
own
remaining.
major
Yeah,
tournaments.
but I don't mind. If I was a player right now, I wouldn't mind because it only shows how quick you can adapt, which is also a great show of skill.
Yeah, because the thing is when you do so many dramatic changes, a team could just be taken out as far as what they're good with. Like one day they'll be great, and then there's just so many dramatic changes they're not ready for that they could just be patched out of the game, patched out of the competition. As
TNC's
viewers and
turn to
casters,
pick.
love it. I love it. I love that there's just change-ups.
We still didn't see any Pango. I don't think we're gonna see much of him. Maybe in the later stages, so people will practice it. There's gonna be one day off. You know who's gonna practice the most Pango?
Who?
The teams who get out after the group stage.
Oh,
They're gonna
yeah.
have the most time.
Yeah, especially if they already have like that next event lined up. All right, look at these couple of picks here. So we're going to be in store for yet another Armel puck, possibly. His puck last time was pretty damn awesome, especially their game against LGD. He was just on an absolute tear.
Yeah, so Phantom Assassin is banned out. Most of the teams are now banning her because
10
there's
seconds
you
remaining.
can right-click a courier. I mean, just one-shot the courier with
5
Stifling
seconds
Dagger,
remaining.
which is pretty stupid in my opinion. But still, like it synergizes well with Slardar. That spell amp plus Lone Druid doesn't like to have a hero that can get on top of him. Slardar is one, but they're
Liquid's
gonna
turn
need
to
one more
pick.
definitely. Yeah, that's a good gap closer as well. A lot of minus armor as well. Also Nature's Prophet. This is gonna be a
Wow.
position 5 Nature's Prophet. So he tends to build into Medallion as a first item. So a lot of Roche potential with the bugs.
10 seconds remaining.
Corrosive Haze. Is it Corrosive Haze? I never know what's
It is Corrosive Haze.
Yeah.
Good job.
5
Amplify.
seconds remaining.
Man, this Weaver pick is great, but you can't really fault Liquid as well for banning the Lifestealer instead. I mean, I think that TNC put themselves in a great drafting advantage to get whatever hard physical damage core they wanted because, if it was the Lifestealer out there, they already have the puck as the vehicle. If they didn't ban the PA, they'd already used it to success against their matchup in LGD, and now they get one of the better options left, and even a great option against the Lone Druid in this Weaver. So this is pretty nice for TNC. Now you have to look to Liquid side, and they have to figure out some way of having control for this Weaver.
I would
Disruptor?
Disruptor, yeah. One of the better heroes against Puck and Weaver overall. Or they might go for a Lion. Lion is also a good pick, and Kuro loves to play it. So they need control, definitely. They have a burst in terms of Tiny. Weaver is really vulnerable to Tiny. She's gonna need to build into a lot of stats items. Maybe go for Power Threads, which they love to skip. Magic Wand, Aquila. Maybe even go for a Dragon
10
Lance just to
seconds remaining.
tank up. So Phantom Lancer,
5 seconds remaining.
good pickup by Team Liquid.
Yeah,
So they have
Tricore.
Tricore, yeah, and they don't have the answer for Phantom Lancer so far. So the last hero will need to be the counter to a
Team
Phantom
Liquid's
Lancer.
Turn to ban.
And with the support staff already committed, their potential mid/off lane.
Yep.
So it's a mid/off lane.
Yeah, Troll
does it.
sticks out to me.
Oh,
Against Phantom Lancer, builds into Battle Fury, also can easily get on top of Lone Druid, can man
10
fight
seconds
against Tiny.
remaining.
No burst damage on team side of Team Liquid whatsoever.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, seems good.
Team Liquid's turn
Ban
to
the
pick.
Timber Saw. That's pretty fair. There was a good amount of strength already on that team. And did we already see TNC play Timber Saw? I can't remember.
Yeah, Armel played it.
Yeah.
He destroyed the game with it. It was a good Timbersaw game, though, to start with.
Okay.
10 seconds
Yeah, I
remaining.
mean, Liquid are on it as far as the bans go, but again, TNC seemed to find a way to
5
weasel
seconds
themselves
remaining.
still into a pretty solid pick.
TNC's turn
Controlling
to
pick? Oh no, they're going to go with the Chen on this one. So doesn't feel like it's as heavy in control unless you have the appropriate creeps, of course. But is it just more emphasis on their early game by going with this Chen?
I think the reason why they went for Chen, they want to have something to
10
fight with
seconds
early on.
remaining.
And also the supports are really weak against the Chen, both
5
Slardar and
seconds remaining.
Nature's Prophet. You can't really get close to a creep and provide anything once Chen comes to your lane. So maybe, I mentioned Troll, maybe even Sven should be a good idea. There's a lot of save potential from Io and Chen this game.
Any chance they could swap roles of either like Slardar or Nature's Prophet and pull something else out instead? I know that we know them to do these crazy cuckoo positions, but
They might still pull, let's say, Nature's Prophet on the off lane, put Puck mid, Weaver safe lane, and get the last position 5, let's say, a Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor, I was
Yeah,
just going to say that,
which
dude.
is really good, but I
Yeah.
think they want to concentrate more on a late game. They still have 50 seconds because of the Tricore on side of Team Liquid really scales well, so they don't want to get outdrafted in terms of not having that late game.
If it wasn't a Tricore, I would definitely say like the option to switch to like a Witch Doctor or something would be super
Yeah.
awesome, but you're just putting all of your chips in
Yeah.
this Weaver basket otherwise.
They can also get hero like a Jug, but I think Troll should be fine. Troll just feels really good to me. Also adds a lot more damage to Weaver.
Is there anything else I can maybe do extra split pressure at all? I mean, I keep throwing out the name Clinks. I know it seems like quite ridiculous, but
Now you
maybe
don't want
one
to
team,
have
like-
two invis heroes. That feels so bad.
Okay. Ember.
You may now
All right.
select
Well,
your
we saw it
heroes.
with success in Newbie's matchup just earlier against OG. I don't know if TNC were watching it or not, but they feel like Ember Spirit seems to be the pickup for them. And the Armel pickup for them. Okay, so they are going to do a little swapperino. Sam H is going to be holding on to the puck and taking it to the off lane.
So they don't have, well, they might get a matchup, Miracle mid against Armel probably. They want to have Phantom Lancer against that Ember Spirit, even though they can swap things around. Or maybe now, wait. So Matumba Man on Lone Druid does better against Ember Spirit than Phantom Lancer does, because he's really not affected by the shield and can really out-harass Ember Spirit early on. Can easily last hit. I mean, it's Team Liquid. You just don't know what they gonna do. I can throw out ideas and what feels good, but still.
I don't even know if I'd put it past TNC, like for them to just like, okay, if that's what they're thinking Liquid will do, we'll just put the Weaver mid lane or something like that. I don't know.
The thing is about the Ember Spirit is they don't have anything to remove the shield. You don't want to waste Tiny's combo to remove it. There's just the Spirit Lance to remove it, and that's it. You don't want to commit trying to remove the spell shield with Tiny combo. You want to get someone bursted down, either a Weaver or a Puck.
All right, let's get into it. It's heat number 4 of Group A action. This is day 3 of the group stage. Just one more day remains until decisions and outcomes are going to be solidified.
Yep.
Bottom 2 eliminated, top 2 to move on, and both these teams right in the middle of the road. A win here could help them in contention for possibly a free pass into the main event. The loser may be stuck in a position where they'll definitely have to play in the breakout bracket. So still a very important matchup. Both these teams, I don't know. I mean, this is really up in the air.
Yeah, so it's, like I said, the better matchup would be Lone Druid against that Ember Spirit. He can out-harass him easily, especially early on with the Orb of Venom. A lot of regen on him already. Flask +2 shared tangos. The new build on Lone Druid is that you go for Helm of the Dominator, so your creeps also get the bonuses from your spells.
What about after that? What is the Lone Druid build-up, you think, now into the late game? Because we'd seen, you know, a little bit of everything. The old classic Midas Radiance kind of build-up.
You skip Midas. If you go for Helm of the Dominator, probably a Radiance game.
Okay. Miracle and GH up in arms a bit with Tim's and Sam H here.
Yeah, but I like what Secret does when they play Lone Druid. They go Helm of the Dominator most of the time. Then if it's needed, they just go for the range build.
Probably play it by ear at this point. Let's get into it now. Mid lane matchup that Liquid had wanted here. Tamaman's Lone Druid will be going against Armel and his Ember Spirit. The early part of this one. We'll let the trades begin here. And GH, looks like he'll just continue to hang out with Miracle towards the bottom half of this map.
I like what Mind Control bought. He's so smart, man. When Ring of Protection, just so he doesn't get harassed too much, and he knows that Nature's Prophet, position 5, will get the Blightstone, so there's going to be a lot of minus armor. I mean, he has 0 armor level 1.
I mean, he's still going to be eating a lot of damage here. In fact, enough that he'll have to just TP himself to the nearby tower to prevent getting taken down. Good heads up for him. Meanwhile, back at bottom here, heavy harassment on the Tims from the other side. Sam H2, got to be a bit careful here. Forced to orb back, both of them. Eating a wealth of damage. Miracle in pretty firm control with the assistance of GH nearby.
Yeah, this lane is so strong. Wisp has 2 more bottle charges and Phantom Lancer. This is going to be a really pain in the ass lane for TNC to lane against. Mid lane is also going to be a good matchup for a Lone Druid. Oh, look at him, just using that Savage Roar to deny a couple of creeps from him.
5 denies already. It's pretty nice. Well, Ember is just trying to hold on with what he can under the tower. Already GH, of course, has that bottle, and he's even going to be taking bounties away from the other team.
they need to control the bounty runes, especially with Slardar. Your rune can't be stolen. You have that Slither and Crush. Wisp pretty much has nothing. They're wrapping around Cuckoo.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Cuckoo's been stalked here by Kuro. Kuro is just happy to continue to go to business. Kuro, careful, he walks in the golems there, but all right.
So Kuro just left Hellbear Smasher on top, so Mind Control can farm. Now he summoned the new creep, and it's gonna probably help him again on the top lane. Bottom lane is pretty much fine for Liquid.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of adjustments TNC should be looking for here. At the moment, Tim's needs to find a place to kind of make work. So back by GH. Our middle lane continues to unfold with pretty much neck and neck CS with the advantage. Denies going the way of Matamaman with advantages like that. Roars in the last hits.
Yeah, this Nature's Prophet, it doesn't feel like he will be able to do much this game against this draft. Like, there's a Bear, there's Chen with the creeps, Wisp doesn't die that easily, Phantom Lancer as well, Tiny is so tanky. I don't expect to see much kills early on.
Yeah. Things are going to be pretty stagnant while both sides just do their little bits of flirting here. We are going to see a rotation, though, from GH back towards the mid lane now. An approach onto Armel. Could be successful. A few more Spirit Balls. Boom. Not even necessary. It's Kuro who's going to score the last hit at that point. Cuckoo teeping in on the action right now. Are they going to want to continue their approach? Yeah, GH tethers himself towards the Bear, and the right clicks will help secure it. 2 kills now for Liquid already. We were just saying we might not see a whole lot of action, but Kuro begs to differ.
Yeah. There's not going to be too much action also coming out from TNC. Slardar is just level 1. This feels so underwhelming. What is Puck sitting at? Level 3. I guess he was just leaving Puck to get some XP. They're going to need to wrap around and try to get the hands on Io, otherwise they really can't kill Phantom Lancer. Io already with a bottle, magic wand, raindrop, and fairy fire. It's pretty impossible to kill him unless they rotate Nature's Prophet as well.
Yep. Hefty damage here onto Miracle, though, with the orb. There's the level 1 sprint. He looks to go for the crush. A quick doppelganger out the other end. GH is on the way, but he's still a little too far. Assistance coming in from Cuckoo. Should make it the easier, but it's taking too long. GH should be able to show up, and he will. Shows up, hits him up with the heal, and everything is going to be fine. Paramedic GH is here with the CPR.
That's going to be a double kill for
Liquid. Man. And they're looking to go for Samage, and they'll get that one too. GH is so low, they'll finally bring him down, but it's cost him a bit too much. Cuckoo could be next to drop. Miracle hunts within the trees to get a hold of him, and it looks like they will be successful. Or will they? Tim's rolls on in. He's got a new crush. Cuckoo is still trapped against a hard position here and against a tree. Rounds the corner, but here comes GH once again. He's going to be able to get the job done. And everyone wants to come down and party a bit. Armel's here. He wants to slice things home and gets the revenge, taking down and popping the little wisp ball.
Miracle just deeping from a side shop to get some couple
Cuckoo
of last
back
hits.
again.
But yeah, he might pay with his life. Has boots, 15 sticks. Nice block.
Body block, body block, body block. And he tries to hide within the trees. Miracle, there's certainly no way he can make it out from this one, right? Finally goes down. TNC, though, just sweating their ass off for it.
Yeah, he was a bit greedy there.
The tower's down now because of that.
Trying to get the XP and try to defend the tower, but he showed on a lane, and Nature's Prophet already was out because he's level 4. So they're going to pressure the bottom tower. This is going to be a good trade for Liquid. Oh, sorry, for TNC.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures
Fortify to slow it down a little bit, but yep, TNC will be able to hemorrhage or stop the hemorrhage a little bit from what was happening in the push on the mid lane. And tower will be secured as GH shows up. Meanwhile, mid lane, hefty action.
Stun.
Yep.
Oh man, what a play! Kuro is everywhere besides bottom lane. Yeah, this tower really opens up the map for TNC, but it's so much better to kill a mid tower.
Yeah. And the siege engine continues in this mid lane, but Tamaman doesn't really even feel the need to kind of pull off at the moment. Armel on his own here to try to defend it out. But here comes reinforcements. 4 TNC members suddenly show up to play. Bugs are out. Kuro should be dropped. But Tamaman will be sent back just to be safe.
Yeah, that's a lot of commitment from TNC. Just for a Chen. That's level what? 4 Chen? Level 3 Chen actually.
Yeah,
doesn't give away gold nor XP. Meanwhile, there's a lot of farm coming out
Mind control
on Tiny.
Yeah, and we've seen that before on like an Enchantress game, right? Just you think you're getting a bit of a head game here by taking down Miracle and such, but then Mind Control is left to his own devices. Tries to do a little bit of a sidestep, but he's fine regardless.
Miracle and GH diving almost a tier 3 tower.
Lots of wand charges even on GH. He wants to go for the rune, but he's not going to be able to get it. Should be able to tether away if necessary. Whee! And he's fine. Or did I speak too soon? Armel jumps right in, and he's not fine.
What is Lone Drink building? Nothing. He has that Helm of the Dominator, Magic Wand on a hero just to tank up 14, sorry, region per second on the bear. Like if you go for Helm of the Dominator, you don't need the Midas because it's gonna delay your Radiance, and they're looking into that Radiance timing to try to push and siege tier 3s.
Tier 1 seems to be next at the top. Raven trying to hide under the tower. GH is sweeping the perimeter with those Spirit Balls, gets a connection up at the top, but that's when Raven will pull out the ulti and time-lapse himself out to safety and leave Liquid to the tower. But that means that TNC could add extra pressure here on the bottom, looking to go for Miracle. Can they get the finish? Has no way to escape, but reinforcements are coming. Mind Control shows up, they dish out the Avalanche, and they'll be able to turn it around. Armel now going to be the one to drop.
Yeah, they're diving too deep, and he had 17 sticks charges already. You have a Wisp who has a relocate. TP was on cooldown, so they can always save him up. They should be careful about it. No burst damage on side of TNC. That's the big problem. Like Puck is level 6 only, so they can't count on that. Oh, look at GH, man. He's so farmed.
Oh man, Earn already, and he's going to be going towards the mech, it would appear.
He doesn't need boots. Well, he's gonna need the boots if he wants to
relocate.
For
they're heading up
Guardian
top.
Greaves.
And they're looking to get the cutoff here. It looks like Cuckoo is going to eat the Avalanche to toss up and down. And he's done for. Meanwhile, Armel and Raven look to isolate and take out Kuro. They'll be successful on that one. Trades of supports from both sides. And you're mentioning how the burst potential isn't quite there for TNC. It's not going to get any better for him once Kuro is able to get to that level 6. That's even more additional heals to cake on top of already the sustained power that they have with the Wisp.
Yeah, most of the kills that Liquid got was pretty much when TNC tried to go on them, so they got the return kills. Now that Tiny is getting closer to his Blink Dagger, they could be the one initiating the fights. The problem is they don't have nothing to clear the Chen creeps, the illusions from Phantom Lancer as the time goes by. Also, this bear is going to be a huge problem for them.
Avalanche run in from Mind Control, taking it right to Sam H, but he turns around with his own coil, finds connection onto the 2. And it looks like they will be able to get the finish onto Mind Control. That's pretty good timing, too, because he'll be put off from that Blink Dagger a little bit longer. Chases on from Tamaman.
He's going to be sent back.
Yep. And he's gone.
What a hero this Chen. Like, they sneaked in last pick Chen after they saw... This is, like, really huge for Team Liquid.
As we see Tim's frantically trying to farm his way on forward here. A little under halfway towards a Blink Dagger. That is something he wants to just dive right into.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of Phantom Lancers in the past 2 days going for that S and Y build instead of Diffusal Blade first item. It's good because it gives you the tankiness, and I mean, you deal pretty much the same amount of damage. If you just go for Yasha first item, that's faster than when you go for Diffusal Blade, so it excels your farm, move speed, which also excels your farm potential,
Radiant's
and
middle tower
after
is
you
under
need to
attack.
get the diffusal blade. If you don't get it, it just doesn't feel right.
I mean, they have like mind control with the Blink Dagger in a moment. He could be the one doing most of the heavy lifting and fighting for now until that diffusal comes online. And then they could really bring on the damage. And Tamaman still sieging away here. Back towards the top tier 2. They'll be able to get the finish now. He gets this last hit. Armel TP's into potential trouble, but Raven's here with Tims. They jump in. Beautiful coils and crush setup. But there's the Savage Roar, and TNC are going to be forced to disperse. Running to the back lines is going to be Raven. Can't quite find the isolated target. They're a bit all over the place here, trying to find a single person to be able to focus on. The first to fall will finally be Matamaman, but it does cost him Tims. Now looking for the follow-up. It's going to be Mind Control next. And Liquid. Miracle coming into play. Could find himself in a bit of a ruckus here. Doppelganger's out from the Sprout. Looks to go for the immediate TP, and he's out of there.
What a play, man. Meanwhile, they just continue to farm on the other lanes. Even though they lost 2 heroes, it's still advantage 3k for them. The timing that Team Liquid is looking into is when they finish the Radiance. They're gonna probably have a mech on Io, since Chen is buying everything, doesn't even have boots, and they're gonna have a Phantom Lancer with probably S and Y finished. I don't like the Ember Spirit build, I gotta say. He bought Boots of Travel. Like, you see the timing that Team Liquid is looking into, and you decide to spend 2,000 gold pretty much for nothing. It will excel your farm to one extent, but that's pretty much it. It doesn't deal any damage. I miss Merlini, man. I miss Merlini and his Boots of Travel Midas build.
You're just going to get everyone depressed if you bring up that man's name, so just don't even go down that way. Miss him too. Mind Control. Scores himself a Bounty Rune. He obviously has that Blink Dagger prepped up and ready. I know Kuro has been pocketing the smoke for quite a while here, so I think they are going to be bringing together some action towards this mid lane. Cuckoo, though, behind that mid tier 1 tower, hiding out. Drops down a pretty nice ward. This could spot the smoke.
Yeah, the thing about position 5 Nature's Prophet is...
Oh, they spoke here. Oh, Armel comes in, actually
Radiant's
tried to
middle
go for
tower
a
is under
slight, but,
attack.
or a chain rather. Was not close enough to anybody. And it looks like they'll have a secure finish onto that tier 1.
Yeah, position 5 Nature's Prophet always
Middle tower
places
has fallen.
good wards. That's the thing. It's easy to place them.
Relocate coming in towards the bottom lane. They're looking to get a hold of Tims, and it looks like it will be easy pickings. Just a simple blinking combo.
Sadly for Thames, he was so close to a Blink Dagger.
Does leave mid lane in a bit of a hard position here for Liquid, though. Oh, Kuro using and utilizing the creeps as best he can. Is able to kind of sidestep Raven's trouble. And now Mind Control's return. Dishes off the combo, looking to go for Cuckoo. He bats him up and takes him down. Armel on the other side, frantic to get out. Sam jumps in with the assistance and the silence. Help clears the space, but TNC will lose another casualty.
Raven with super defensive build. I mentioned that Tiny is a great counter, a lot of magical damage burst, which Weaver is vulnerable to. So he decides to go for a Hood. I'm not sure that that's a great idea. They need someone to deal the damage. I mean, with let's say Dragonlance, you tank up and you get some stats, and it also gives you damage and better positioning in teamfight because of the extra range. So now they're stuck with the Hood on Weaver, and you have Ember Spirit with Boots of Travel. Yeah, and Lone Druid is getting close to that Radiance, 600 gold away, and the timing is just right for Team Liquid.
So no damage really coming together right away for TNC, while Liquid have all of their timings working out pretty damn swell. I imagine the Diffusal is already next up on the docket after that SMY's been complete for Miracle, so yeah, it feels like they're going to be in prime fighting shape that much faster than TNC may expect. And put on top of it all the extra heal power, this could be rough for TNC soon enough.
Yeah, so they have a Blink Dagger on a puck as well. They probably want to smoke. They don't want to reveal that Blink Dagger on Slardar without getting a kill first. Deep vision from TNC, which will give them advantage of playing aggressive. That mid lane ward pretty much can be devoted. Nice scan though.
They want to go for Miracle here on the bottom just as he tries to head out the other direction. They look to catch him out. Tim's caught within their own tree. Armel, hard commitment forward with all the remnants. Finally, they're able to get the finish onto Miracle. They turn around and possibly can make it a twofer with a takedown onto Mind Control, and they do get it. Killing spree for Armel as he picks that one up, and the game's now even 12-12.
Yeah, also GH is getting caught.
GH.
I was expecting GH to TP, at least relocate bottom and just heal up the Miracle. He had 17 stick charges as well. Was trying to juke with them, but fell down way too fast.
Now TNC are able to follow up with some good damage here onto the tier 2.
I mean, they have a lot of right-click damage. I mean, even Nature's Prophet, who's level 10, picked up 30 damage talent. Combine that with Corrosive Haze, Medallion, and some bugs.
Armel really wants to get this tower. It is Cuckoo who will get the last hit. And now Armel's going to be forced to drop out and away. Does have the boots of travel here, but just trying to find a safe place to do it. And he'll get the chains and find a little pocket.
It's go-go time now for Team Liquid. This is the timing. They have pretty much everything ready. Mech, Radiance, SNY, and Phantom Lancer. Tiny has that Blink Dagger building towards Echo Saber for the burst damage.
And gets an extra pair of boots on the bear now too. Alright, now it is time. Liquid moving, eyeballing tier 1.
This is actually the bootless strat.
Oh, okay. Kuro walks into a little bit of trouble. Oh! Eats the global. Now very low on life. Jump in from Mind Control, and they both end up getting hit pretty damn hard here. Good sidestep though. GH tries to hide on the high ground. Meanwhile, Miracle makes the jump, looking to go for Cuckoo. Cuckoo caught inside. Looks like he'll be pincered down and finished off. Mind Control with the toss-up. Liquid hang on the high ground. Nice crushes there. Raven in a bit of trouble. Slithers out the other side. And Armel's going to be finished off. His dominating streak actually going to be handed over to GH. Follow-up takedown from Miracle as he finishes off Tim's. And Liquid walk out in the better end of this fight.
So much heal potential, but the problem is that they don't have that burst. Weaver only sitting on the Blade of Alacrity, actually getting close to that Diffusal Blade, which is gonna be the highest damage output in the fights. But the problem is you have Ember Spirit, who doesn't have any item. Like, this is Ember Spirit with pretty much 0 items.
Alright, trades here as Cuckoo is back in action yet again, but the top of men will just gobble him up with assistance from Kuro.
I was talking about bootless strat for Team Liquid. Like, you have a Lone Druid who doesn't have boots. Chen bought boots 15 minutes in. You have a Wisp who has no boots. What a time to be alive, man. You don't have to buy boots in Dota 2.
I can't remember what it's called. It's like being grounded. They say it's good for you if you get outside and get your bare feet on the old earth.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's supposed to be good for the body. Get your bare feet out in the earth soil. Here we go. Liquid moving inside the Roche pit now. Contention could be nearby. Raven already sending the little buggies on inside the pit. A jump out immediately from Mind Control. Oh my god, that fairy is gone.
Yeah, Echo Saber with 30 damage talent, just way too much burst.
Ouch.
Plus a double damage. I didn't even see it because of the Wisp. Too much glowing stuff.
Which means easy pickup there. Cuckoo watches from afar. Mind Control actually catches him. Moves in with the stun, the toss. GH brings Miracle in on the action just after he picks up that Aegis. Things getting really nice for Liquid.
Yeah, now it's go time. They have a lot of damage to the towers. You have Spirit Bear, you have all those creeps, you have a Phantom Lancer who can be a frontliner, and you know that they can burst him down. So the only way for TNC to play this is to wrap around, get on top of Chen and Wisp, and then clear the others if possible, but it's gonna be such a hard time. Raven on the bottom lane just trying to skip the creeper. Maybe he even gets the chick. Oh, this is gonna be huge. No, quick fingers.
He had just done this on the mid lane to cut it back and prevent Liquid's hard-on push, and now they'll do the same for the bottom. Liquid are going to be forced to not really advance forward the advantage they got themselves from that fight, but they still hold the Aegis. And we'll wait for a new opportunity.
Yeah, Puck is one of the better heroes to skip on the creep waves, just uses 2 spells,
Radiant's
and
middle
he
tower
should be
is
the
under
one
attack.
trying to skip on the bottom lane.
I mean, they have a lot of ways to do it, really. Puck and the Boots of Travel Ember, a Weaver. I mean, they can be very sneaky and sly on trying to cut these waves back. It's only going to get Liquid, I'm sure, a bit agitated.
I mean, Liquid are not in a hurry to do anything good. There's a
Dire's
Radiance
bottom tower is under
coming
attack.
soon on Ember Spirit,
Radiant's top
but
tower is
I don't
under
think they're
attack.
gonna care too much
Radiant
about that. They
structures are
have
fortified.
almost full pipe finished on IO, and they have Tricores which scale way better than the one on TNC side.
Yeah. Makes sense. Liquid on paper have a lineup that is just fine to play with the time.
Dire's middle tower
Now they
has
score a
fallen.
tier 2 tower. Why not just ascend into the mid lane and start to go to work on the tier 3? And with the extra overcharge coming in from GH, this tier 3 really doesn't stand too much of a chance. There comes the ulti from the Nature's Prophet to jump in now from the Puck. Coil even going to be committed, only catches on to Matama Man and GH. Miracle continues to go in onto this Rax, jump in from Tim's, finds the stun, looking to go in from behind, was Cuckoo, but then he gets blasted from mind control. They toss the Centaur in on forward towards TNC. And TNC now scamper away inside their own base.
Yeah, GH use relocate is gonna fill up the Matumba Man once he gets back. Full fight.
Yo, Miracle just
That's a
doing work
dieback.
inside of their own base. Finishes off Cuckoo for a second time. And now these racks are done for. And we're not done yet. Liquid begin to continue this party all the way up to the top lane. Still no Cuckoo for nearly 20 seconds. What can the others do to stop this? A move in from Orb, but mind control just blasts down Raven. He's going to be forced to buy back. Is this already time for the GG call? Liquid want to see it happen. They're looking to move in. They pop off their new heals, and they begin to continue utter destruction here as they take down Armel, they take down Tims, and they take down the Rax. Because this could very well be it.
Yeah, it's getting really close to closing out this game on side of Tim. Like, there is tier 2 tower on the bottom, so they can regroup. Still Aegis on Miracle. He has enough to buy a Reaver. Once he gets that heart, it's gonna be impossible to kill him. Mind Control. Oh, Mind Control will get the kill, but that's gonna be a lot of gold for Raven. Almost 900. He committed a buyback there already.
Imagine running away and having a giant tree just being thrown at your back. God dang.
Yeah, I'm imagining.
Okay.
Yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts
Okay,
a lot.
good.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
All right, Liquid now begin to ransack all of TNC's property here, limiting the shrines,
Dire's
taking out their
bottom shrine has
ancients,
fallen.
and what is left for TNC is just but one lane of racks.
So that's AC on. What? Oh, look at his name.
What,
Click on the Spirit Bear.
El Doge.
El Doge, maybe.
Nah, it's Doge, right? It's like one of the original meme dogs.
Really?
Yeah, I guess Matama Man's feeling a bit old school with his dankness. El Doge. El Doge is doing work in utter destruction. Still trying to split things out, though. Obviously, TNC hoping to extend the timer of what feels like inevitable doom, but they only have what looks like one more defense in them before they might as well call it. This tier 3's gone. Soon to be the racks if nothing can be done. Sleight of Fist will come out. Samage waits in the wings for the time to drop the coil, but here it comes, the Fortify. Anything else that they can do? Raven looking for those back lines, looking for GH. Jumping from Tims is pretty good, but he'll simply find his way back inside the base. They'll go ahead and get the instant takedown of Armel, and Armel's like, it's over. I'm not even going to look at the rest of my team play. And this one belongs to Liquid in an extremely convincing performance, I gotta say.
Yeah, this was pretty much one-sided, and I would dare to say almost over and doomed for TNC since the start. They were getting the kills, but if you look at the big picture, Liquid was never in a real danger. They were playing around their timings well. Also, this is why it's extremely difficult to draft against Team Liquid. You pick your supports, then they sneak in a Chen who was in the pool. They pick this Tricore, which scales well into the mid and the late game. Even if this game dragged for another, let's say 20-30 minutes, they still have a better late game lineup. Also, I have to say that I dislike the items on side of TNC. Hood, Weaver. So you pick a lineup that wants to be aggressive, but you don't go for the items. Also, Boots of Travel on Ember Spirit, which delays your Radiance. So you want to be aggressive, but on the other side, you don't want to be aggressive with the items that you build.
Yeah. An aggressive lineup, at least it looks like on paper, but item-wise feels like something that are trying to stall things out, but Liquid have no plans to stall whatsoever. So congratulations to them with this win. Liquid now bump up from 2-2 to 3-2, and TNC unfortunately bumped down to 2-3. So Liquid in a better spot to be able to go for maybe one of those two positions here. As we look at it right now, they are going to be tied, right, with Vici Gaming and LGD as they battle it out for that second position. Optic currently still sitting at the top with that 4-1 record. So essentially Liquid still battling it out for a possibility on moving straight into the main event. For TNC, this means that they're probably going to be battling for that 3rd through 6th position in the breakout bracket.
Yeah, a lot of messy stuff going on in the Group A. Seems like Optic is going to go through. We talked about who they're playing. So they play against Team Liquid, which is going to be a tough game for them. And they play against Keen Gaming, which should probably secure them another win, which will get them through definitely.
Yeah, so Optic, let's say, if they do, as you said, it still give them 5-2 record, which is still a fantastic spot. But who would have suspected Optic to be at the top of this group? A group which holds OG, holds LGD, who were pretty highly praised coming into this, and even Team Liquid, TI champions. So good stuff for them. All right, that concludes our 4th heat. These games are going so freaking fast. And we're going to be done casting for now. I know you have some panel work ahead of you. I'll be done for now and be back tomorrow for more action. But please continue to tune in. We have plenty more best of ones coming your way. That's Lacoste. I'm Dakota, and we'll see you then for more action.